sure we shouldn't go to the hospital?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But if you're in that much pain...
No, it's all right. As long as I don't move.
Are you sure you don't hate me?
Stop asking that, okay? I told you it was an accident.
Bumping into somebody in a lunch line is an accident. This was a stabbing, Lucky, on purpose.
You didn't know it was me.
I was in Murty's house with a knife in my hand. God, where was my head?
Well, it was my fault, too.
I'm the one who flew off in a rage, expecting to frighten Murty into confessing that he raped me. I could have killed him, Lucky. I could have killed you.
No, listen, I gave you the knife. I convinced us both that Murty was the one. You can't take this all on yourself, okay?
It's Graham.
Elizabeth, are you home?
Graham, I'm in my room. Can you come here for a minute?
What are you doing?
Lucky, she has to know. There's no way around it, okay? Don't lay down, please.
Yes, dear. Good heavens, what's going on here? Yes, I can see that. How?
I stabbed Lucky.
You... Oh, for heaven... Elizabeth, tell me the story right from the beginning now.
I thought Mr. Murty was the man who raped me. I went to his house to confront him, and Lucky came to stop me.
It was an accident.
I didn't know what I was doing, Graham. I was scared. And then Lucky came up from behind me, and I lashed out like a lunatic.
Darling, I know you would never hurt Lucky on purpose, and I know he knows that, too, but... Good heavens, my head is spinning. What made you think that Mr. Murty raped you?
Maybe we should start at the beginning.
Yes.
I wanted to catch the man who raped me. I thought it would help me get over this, you know, if such a thing is really possible. Lucky agreed to help me, and we started gathering some clues, and I remember the rapist, he said something to me. He whispered, not a word. And I overheard Mr. Murty with Sarah saying, not another word, which is almost the same exact thing.
That certainly is no reason to accuse someone of raping you.
I know, but there's more. The rapist had this smell to him. It was a spicy scent. It was his soap, I think. Murty had the same smell. He was always so interested in everything I did. I didn't trust him, Graham. After a while, I started to think that it was him.
We both thought, Mrs. Hardy, not just Elizabeth.
Oh, dear, why do I not find this very comforting?
Anyway, after he gave me the passing grade in English, I was convinced that he was trying to buy me off. And it made me so furious that I went to his house to... I don't know what I was going to do.
Elizabeth, you were carrying a knife.
I wasn't going to let it happen again.
Oh, if you'd only told me when you first suspected him, we could have gone to the police immediately.
I know. It was wrong not to. I'm sorry, Graham.
Mrs. Hardy, we were trying to do the right thing. We made a lot of mistakes. And I'm sorry, too.
Well, what about Mr. Murty? What was his reaction to all of this?
Oh, shock.
Yeah.
Disbelief. Hurt, I think. He was somewhere else the night I got raped, so it couldn't possibly be him.
Well, guess we'd better get you home, Lucky.
I want him to stay here, Graham. He needs someone to look after him.
That's a job for his parents, darling.
I would like it to be mine. After all, I am the one who stabbed him.
All right. He can stay. But I certainly am going to inform your parents about the whole incident.
Could it wait till morning? They take a lot of energy, and I'm kind of tapped right now.
All right. Morning it is. Now, may I take a look at the wound? Oh, dear. I'll try not to hurt you here. Oh, well, this was certainly treated by a very capable physician. Barring infection, it should heal without incident. Now, you need a lot of rest and a lot of fluids, and I'll check the bandage in the morning.
Thanks.
Thank you, Lucky, for caring so much about Elizabeth. I don't always agree about your approach, and certainly not your results, but I am very confident that you want only what's best for Elizabeth.
You'd be right about that, Mrs. Hardy. Every time.
You, too, you narrowly avoided a terrible tragedy. I'm going to thank God for that tonight, and I hope you do, too.
She cares about you.
I know. And it turns out so did Mr. Murray. We have to figure out where we went wrong, Lucky, so that nothing like this ever happens again. Here. Graham and Richard said that you need to be drinking plenty of liquids.
Did they say a glass every 15 minutes?
Just drink it.
I'm not the victim here, Elizabeth. Whatever happened, I'm as much to blame as you are.
Sure you are.
I kept saying I was going to make Murray pay for what he did. I told you that we were going to get him. I hid in the park with a baseball bat. I gave you the knife.
You were just trying to help.
No, I wanted revenge.
For me. I told you that I wanted to strike back at whoever hurt me. But instead, I got you.
You know, my dad has used violence his whole life. And all it's done is trash him and the people around him. Maybe it's time I found a better way.
Do you think Graham's right? Do you think we should have gone to the police?
If we had, they would have investigated Murray right away. Would have found out he had an alibi.
And you wouldn't be laying here with stitches in your side. We were pretty stupid, weren't we?
We were dead wrong. Murray was just as nice as he seemed.
You know, when I was in his house, and I felt your hands on me, it was like I turned into something I didn't recognize. If it had been Murray instead of you, I think I would have kept stabbing him until he was dead.
No. Elizabeth, you wouldn't have gone that far.
I won't deny it. I would have killed him. And as terrifying as that is, that's something I can't ever forget.
You know, all I ever wanted was to turn things around for you. Instead of giving you a whole new set of problems.
No. That's not true. You saved me, Lucky. Sure, we made some mistakes, but I'm strong enough to face them now. And that's only because of you. Thank you for not letting me lose myself. Lucky?
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
What's the matter?
I just thought that if we caught the guy who raped me, I could look him in the eye and show him that I survived. And that would help put all the bad feelings behind me. But I can't hold on to that anymore because I don't think we're ever gonna find him.
We could still find him. Gotta keep the faith, you know.
You know, if I'd gone to the police at the beginning, they could have searched the area and maybe found a clue or something. But I'm all out of faith, Lucky. And I'm beginning to wonder if this is ever going to end.
Well, if we never find out who raped you, we'll just find some other way to get you better. Whatever it takes.
I wish I knew what that meant. If you're not completely fed up with me, maybe we can work on it together. Okay. I understand. You have your own life, too. But if you knew I was going to be this much trouble, you would have just walked away when you first met me. Can't say I blame you. Only, I'd have missed you a lot.
Beautiful. Look at all the balloons.
Hey, Lulu. Here's the appetizers for the big cake later.
You know why there's a big cake later? Yeah? Because it's my baby girl's birthday, isn't it? Isn't that lucky?
You know, I think that we will see Lucky today. I mean, after all, Lulu is his only sister, and it's her birthday.
Can you pick me out one of those little cakes, sweet cakes? A really sweet one? No, you can't.
I think he'll show.
Has anyone seen him?
Well, he's currently on the mend at Audrey's. She's keeping an eye on him.
He'll be here today. He will. Aren't you supposed to be in court?
Yeah, a few minutes.
I think I'll step outside and get a little air.
You did it. You did good. You got good air in there. Okay, go get it. 1, 2, 3. Call me after you testify.
Okay, I will.
Let me know if anything unexpected happened.
Okay, I will. Bye. Bobby. I hope Lulu gets her wish.
She already got one.
Bye, Nikolas.
What'd my baby wish for?
For her other brother to visit, too.
Oh, change the subject to wise and forgiving sister.
Okay. I'll tell you about my birthday party.
Girl, you having fun? Yeah. Honey, I don't think the cowboy's gonna show. At least not with me here. Maybe I should go over to the club for a little while.
No. Please.
I'm here for Lulu. And so if they try to get me to stay, which they will, I don't feel good. I just tell them I have to go and we'll book.
Is it still hurting?
No, I just want a reason to leave. I owe you for this.
Lulu! Happy birthday, sweetie. Come here. Oh, yes, happy birthday. You a birthday girl? Yeah. Where are you? Hi. Hi.
I got her something just like that. Except you know what mine is, huh? Mine's that one's big brother.
Oh, okay. Hey, has Foster met Liz? He's in the backyard.
Oh, Foster and I go way back. He has a special way of finding Lucky.
Ah, so that's where Skillet Head goes every night.
Is that a problem?
No, I'm happy to have him out of the house. How are you doing? You on the mend?
No, I'm fine.
Well, does anybody want something to eat before Foster barrels in and helps himself?
No, not for me, thank you. I do have something I'd like to say about what I did to Lucky.
You don't need to.
Yes, I do. I made a terrible mistake. First, for thinking that Murdy was, guilty of anything. And second, trying to solve that with a weapon. If anything worse had happened to Lucky, I would never forgive myself. I am so sorry.
It's okay. It sounds like you were caught in a situation that just kind of spun out of control. I can understand that.
All right. This time, Foster, come on, boy. We're going to be on the same team. You guys go hide, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Your side seems okay.
How many stitches did you need?
Oh, no. You guys ready?
No.
You're skipping the trial today?
I went because I thought Nikolas had to testify, Lucky.
Isn't he back on the schedule then?
Yes, he is, but he's done his homework, and I have a feeling that my presence would be more of a distraction than anything else.
Ready?
Okay, come on, boy. Let's go find him. Come on. Come on, boy.
supposed to be able to tell something about the temperature from the way the crickets are singing?
Yeah, I think you are. I think that's how they used to tell the temperature before some gadget freak invented the thermometer. I wonder what the crickets can tell from the sounds we make.
And we're happy that our daughter had a wonderful birthday. That we spent almost a whole day, an afternoon, part of an evening, as a family. That's the first time since I've been home.
It was nice.
But what?
But, honey, I just don't think you should count on seeing too much of Lucky around here. At least not while I'm living.
You know, Luke, it's not going to hurt you to be optimistic. How did he look to you?
Like somebody else's kid.
I know.
What happened to that skinny little guy that used to answer to Cowboy?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks good, baby. He looks fine. He looks healthy. You taught him well. He knows how to handle himself in a crisis, and I think that's exactly what he's doing.
I'm really glad that he has Elizabeth. It kind of helps to know that somebody else is always thinking of him. They're very sweet together. Did you see?
Yeah. Protective.
Yeah.
He watches her back. He watches her front. He watches the way she touches things. He watches to make sure nothing touches her in a harmful way. And in fact, he's almost a little formal with her, like he's afraid to touch her himself.
He's so like you.
Why did you keep telling your mother you didn't want to eat anything?
I wasn't hungry then.
Would you be outraged if I said I had a good time at your parents'?
Deeply outraged. Uh-huh.
I liked your house. Well, not your house, but the way you guys all, I don't know, fit together. And even though things are tense right now between you and your parents, you guys aren't tense people. You can all crack a joke or blow off some steam or say whatever comes to your mind. It feels the way a home should feel.
Yours didn't?
My family's different. They're great, but they're serious, and they're blonde. I was always the one who had to be explained. I could never sit still. I always laughed too loud at really dumb things. I always used to bring home lousy report cards and my parents would say, "Elizabeth, we know you can do better." And I would think, well, sure, but let's face it, it's not like there's big money in passing algebra. It's kind of like I would have fit in better at your house than I did mine. Do you miss it?
I miss, seeing it the way it looks to you. The way I thought it was before I found out we were all just fictional characters. You think I'm unfair to him?
I think everybody pretends a little. I think everybody has a secret. It doesn't have to mean they're bad.
I will. All right, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. By to pick up some dinner. Ran into some former students. That's the thing when you're a teacher. People are always stopping you and they're saying hello. Of course, they're always calling you Mister. How's the,
Oh, it's, yeah, I can hardly feel it.
Good. Don't forget, next week. The
I
stitches.
already gave Richard a call.
Hard to figure out how to act around people that know too much about you that you hardly know, huh? There's some things that we didn't settle last week.
Okay?
Do I need to go to the police?
I can't stop you.
No. Do I need to clear my name, is what I meant.
I never mentioned you.
Was there anybody else that you ever suspected? Just me.
Mr. Murdy, it was nothing you did. It was completely
Just a
unfair.
bunch of coincidences we strung together in our heads.
It had nothing to do with the way you treated me or any other girl in the class.
That is good to know. If you need me to schedule any retests or makeup sessions, let me know. I mean, my class, obviously, everything's taken care of. But for any other classes, I don't know how you made it through this semester. And don't worry, no questions will be asked, that's for sure.
That's really nice of you, but I'm okay with my lousy grades. I'm used to them.
Liz, I hate what happened to you. But you know what? You are going to have a great life. And the thing you are going to remember about this year is that you made a friend forever.
Oh, a porch is a good thing to have.
Yeah, but you know, the funny thing about a porch is that it usually has a house attached.
True. Well, I suppose then a house with a porch is a good thing to have.
Can I remind you said that?
Am I being accused of insincerity?
No, it's just that I know it all kind of weighs heavy on you sometimes, you know. The house, the porch, the mortgage, the institution of marriage.
Not the porch. Yeah, the rest of it wears. But you know, with you, it all bears a surprising resemblance to everything I could ever want. It was hard to be here without you and Lulu. You know how I tend to make people nervous because I'm... Well, I was making myself nervous. I was really getting on my own nerve. See, you're like gravity. Without you around, Laura, I don't know which way's up.
They must just shock the hell out of ourselves and make this family work. That deal?
Deal. Yeah.
Oh, good, you're here. So, do you have time to be told how absolutely wonderful you are?
Like I'd forget?
You know, I thought it was never going to happen. Actually, I thought it could take a year, or maybe even longer, but obviously, in spite of my doubts, waiting Lucky out was the brilliant move.
Oh, God, not you two. Barbara, look at reality. He didn't come home to see me or to see his mother. He came there for Leslie Lou.
Well, Luke, he knows you live there. I mean, he didn't turn around and walk away when he found out you were home.
You think it's a breakthrough?
Well, yeah. And I think if you're honest, he'll say you do, too.
You know what I noticed? He looks like a man. When did that happen? How did I miss it? Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
I'll tell you something else I noticed. He's absolutely crazy about his baby sister. I know how that feels. And it's a good thing. It might be the most important thing I've ever given him. He'll never lose that.
Did Ruby see you?
Yeah, she knows you're out here.
Oh, she's gonna make me help her clothes. I just know it.
Well, I'll eat fast.
I'll help you.
So you asked yourself yet? What do we do now?
Oh, you mean now that I can't sit around blaming Morty for everything in the world that possibly went wrong?
We didn't even have a runner-up, you know, as far as suspects go.
I know.
Can you just let it go? Just like that?
That's what the police want me to do. That's what sent me off on my rampage. Detective Garcia came over to my house to tell me that my case file was being reclassified as inactive, meaning they're giving up.
I'm sorry.
I was outraged at the time. But really, I mean, what could I expect? I never gave them much to go on. That's all going to change, though. I am going to march myself down to the police station every day for as long as it takes and demand that they show me a mugshot or a lineup or something. Because maybe suddenly a pair of eyes or the shape of somebody's mouth. I mean, there must have been a moment where he got up and he stood over me and, God, I must have seen something. I just can't remember yet. I owe it to the next girl to try. To the next girl sitting on the bench in the park. When she thinks it's quiet. When she thinks it's safe. I'm not gonna let him touch her.
I see. But you wouldn't stay and have ice cream at your mother and father's. Hey, I'm only teasing. Lighten up a little, okay? It's kind of nice to see you over there. And Leslie Lou just giggled the entire afternoon away.
Oh, she should be in a beautiful child contest. I could not keep my eyes off of her.
Oh, hey, speaking of beautiful children, have you seen mine? Ruby usually looks after Lucas for me, you know, when I have to work late. So he's probably in there watching a little TV right now. Liz, you look great.
Thank you.
Things must be better.
Well, after I did just about everything wrong I possibly could, yeah, I would say things are looking up. You know how often I ask myself, why didn't I listen to you that night? Maybe my rapist could have been caught. But as it is, I guess I'm just going to have to be a gnat flying around the police station trying to keep cobwebs from growing over my case.
Well, you knew your limits, and you knew what you could tolerate at the time and what you couldn't. You don't need to apologize for that. Have a good evening.
Me too. Okay, Iron Gut. Are you done with that ice cream, or do you want me to get an electron microscope and then maybe you can scrape out a few more molecules?
You know, my Aunt Bobby's right. You do look good.
Please, well, not as good as your 4-year-old sister. Trust me, I've got eyes.
No, I mean it. I mean, let's face it, you're no Lulu, but... I mean, you know, you look like something I'd fix.
Oh, well, certainly not my hair.
No, I don't think it was your hair. It's getting kind of late. Better walk you home.
Western omelets. Not to bother you, but your eggs are getting cold. Oh, right. I'm sorry. When you were on the phone, Elizabeth popped out with her order pad, so I said eggs, whatever. And this is as close to eggs, whatever, as we could get. You want them, right? Not exactly.
Not really. But hey, leave them, all right? We'll pay the check and the tip and all that.
Well, if you want me to change your order, I can do that. All we really want is just the table and, you know, a little space.
Yeah, no offense.
No problem. 2 large orders of space coming up.
I gotta do to get a menu around here.
Go figure. Kelly, romance capital of the world.
I believe the romance capital of Port Charles. Well, beats study hall, I guess.
They could be anywhere and not even notice.
Yeah, must be great. Well, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, a table at a diner is very safe. The teacher walks by. What's the penalty, you know? They can't get suspended from summer vacation. So how about that menu?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, you know, on second thought, maybe not. This is my first day back as a wage earner. Gotta save my bucks for the special stuff.
Oh, and Kelly's isn't special enough. My treat, you name it. Eggs, pancakes, waffles,
No,
whatever.
I can't keep living off you and your grandmother, you know that.
Lucky, it's not like you dropped by for dinner and decided to stay for 2 weeks. There was that small matter of me stabbing you. It's a good thing you didn't hand me a loaded gun.
I don't know. Gunshot hole. That's good for a month at the Weber Inn, huh?
Oh, and you'd be up for that?
Would you?
Plugging you with bullet holes? No thanks, I think I'll pass. Was it weird being back at the boxcar?
I missed the meal plan. And the nurse.
Oh, like I'm so medically competent.
Oh, I met your grandmother. So I bet you're glad to get your mattress back.
I was happier on the floor. I guess I sleep better with a roommate or a patient or...
You know, Jason paid me a week in advance.
Oh, well, you'll definitely be able to swing breakfast.
No, I've got priorities. See, my nurse rates a 5-course lunch at the Mandarin Inn.
Oh, the new Chinese?
You think she'd go for it?
My grandmother?
You.
When?
No. I mean, today, you know. In a while. How about it?
Sure, great.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just meet you there.
No, I'll go get DeGrunge and I'll pick you up here.
Morning.
Yeah, it's been like that most of the morning.
Well, I hope they leave a big tip.
Well, they haven't asked for much.
Oh, well, that's exactly my point. They've been hogging the table, and people in love don't eat.
Is that like a classic symptom?
Well, generally the symptoms vary from case to case, but generally the younger the victim, the more severe the symptoms.
So in your experience, if someone eats a lot,
Well,
then...
here's a perfect test. Take this muffin, and if you can eat it, you're not in the throes of young love.
No, I didn't mean me.
Elizabeth, I'm sorry. It was very insensitive, but, you know, it was supposed to be a joke.
No. It's just... God, in love? I can't even let myself be kissed. Not even by somebody who's just incredibly... Who am I kidding? Not even by Lucky. Today special, free angst with brunch.
Are you all right?
Fine, totally. Better than I've been since... Well, not that I'll ever be that good.
Well, look, I'm sure you don't believe it now,
Look, this isn't me whining. Everything's okay. So why do I sound like I'm freaking? I'm not, honestly.
Well, good. Then take a break, have some tea, nibble on a muffin, or not.
I'd love to, but I can't.
Why not? I mean, the place is practically empty, and I'm sure Ruby wouldn't mind.
She's already letting me off early so I can go to lunch.
Oh, really? Something fun, I hope.
Chinese. With Lucky.
Stop me if I'm out of line, but you're tensing up a bit. Could it have something to do with my nephew?
No way. Absolutely not. Maybe a little. I guess it's sort of a thank you lunch. Not that I deserve to be thanked, but it's no big deal, really. Lucky and I, we've been joined at the hip. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and in between. We laugh together, we cry together, we even complain together. We slept in the same room for weeks at a time. So why all of a sudden, am I weirded out?
Is it possible that your feelings for Lucky have changed?
No, that's impossible. Lucky and I are best friends.
Well, yeah, Elizabeth, yeah, but there's always a chance between a man and a woman.
No, I know where you're headed, but you're wrong.
Okay.
It can't happen with me and Lucky.
Why not? Because it's not what you want?
What you want and what you can handle are two completely different things. Okay, I wanted to fly, all right, like the bat people on TV. I used to perch myself at the end of the coffee table, spread my arms like wings. Sarah used to catch me, or my parents, or I'd just chicken out. But one day, I don't know, I must have been like 4 or something, I was seized by this bat-like feeling. So, I leaped. And guess what? Big surprise. Broke my thumb and split my lip.
I see. So when you asked Lucky to kiss you...
That was just a leap. There's no more jumping off the edge for me. I know I can't fly.
Oh, maybe not now, but you will someday. I promise you will. No leaping required. One day, you're going to wake up, maybe a month from now, maybe a year from now, and you're going to wake up with a weightless feeling, and you're going to feel like you are soaring into the sky. And it's not going to be because you dared yourself to jump off of some ledge or because somebody pushed you. It'll be because there's a lightness in your heart. I know this may sound like a fairy tale to you right now.
It doesn't. It's coming from you. Anyone else would try to tell me that? But you, I actually believe.
Don't tell me this is your lunch date.
Oh, no, that's not until... Well, I gotta change. Do you mind if I run home?
Oh, you've got to leave early in order to get ready.
Oh, Ruby, lighten up. You're only young once, you know.
Don't make it a habit.
Oh, thank you. And thank you.
This is no way to run a business. Are you...
Look at you all spiffed up.
Well, it's so hot outside that, you know, a dress is just cooler.
Yeah. You look nice.
Thanks. So do you.
Well, it's getting a little iffy there. The campsite men's room was locked.
So what'd you do?
Broke in, of course. Picked the lock with this.
Wait, isn't that...
Yeah, it's yours. Went up in my pocket.
We'll keep it for future break-ins.
You'll be implicated in my crimes.
Oh, like I'm not already? So, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, I picked up a menu just in case.
Just in case what?
You hate the place.
Well, I won't.
Well, just check it out anyway, you know. This is an investment. I want to make sure you enjoy yourself.
Looks good to me.
Well, if there's some other place you'd rather go, that's fine.
This is good.
Yeah?
This is,
All rise.
This will be okay.
oh, the Mandarin Inn for lunch.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can we get our check, please?
You're still here?
Did you get a haircut?
No, I cashed out, went home, changed, and came back. And I left your check on the table.
Oh, well, it must have blown away. How much was it?
I'll go get the Duke and make a new one. You and Lizzie going out.
What, does it matter?
You don't have to pay me. You can just pay inside. I always thought you were so pretty. I always thought you should have somebody. I'm glad. What about next weekend? You said it would be nice to have company. You don't like my friends.
My father's got a hunting cabin down the southern tier. Doesn't use it till fall. Only 2 bedrooms, but hey, I don't mind sharing one,
I
right?
have to work.
The whole weekend?
And I really don't like you making the assumptions you're making, okay?
He's defending your honor. Is that too totally sweet or what?
Come on. It's time to go. She just likes to see people happy.
What did I do wrong? You're the one who mentioned the bedroom.
You still feel like Chinese food or more like Chinese water torture?
If only they knew.
What?
How long we shared a bedroom. You know, I don't really mind people thinking whatever they want to think about you and me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do.
I'm just going to take this inside and then we can go. Brenda. Now, what was the total of the check? And don't lie.
Wait a minute.
No, I know it must have been over 30. That was the nicest Chinese restaurant I've ever been to.
You made me come all the way back here just so you can cash your check.
Well, why should you have to pay for the whole thing? It's not like you asked me out on a date. I don't know why I just said that. Not that it would make any difference.
Oh, look, this is enough.
No, Lucky, it's not. Here, take this. It's a silly thing to argue about.
Are we arguing?
No, but if we were, it'd be silly. What's so funny?
I don't know. Nothing. Come on.
You think Laura... Guess I tripped your doorbell.
Mind telling me how you found this place?
Yeah, I followed you here one night. Cassadine habit, always know where your enemies are. Don't worry, I only came to pass along some information.
Oh, that is your specialty, ain't it?
Laura may need some help with Lucky. She testified at my uncle's trial. It turns out she was on the parapet when Catherine fell. And she said he wasn't even close to Catherine, and he definitely didn't push her.
And I'm supposed to care about this because...
Because your father was pretty hot when he left the courtroom, and I don't want him taking it out on Laura.
Luke, please. I don't know where you are. It's been 2 days. I've left messages everywhere. Please don't do this.
I gotta get to the courthouse. The judge is coming through with a verdict today. I don't think Laura will be there.
Well, if you see her, don't tell her I said hello.
You know, one thing this paper here doesn't mention is how your father ran out of the courtroom after she finished testifying, or the way that he looked at her. The guy's dangerous, man. Not that you care.
Hello, sweetheart. Oh, time for your nap, I think. Gonna put you down for a little nap. Tuck you in. Okay. Baby. Back and forth. Daddy will tell you a story later. I love you too, boo-boo. Sleep well.
I'm not going to waste our time asking where you've been over the past couple of days. I'm just so glad that you're home so we can start dealing with all of this.
Sorry, I was out of touch. Took me a little time to get used to the idea of my wife in bed with Stefan Cassadine.
Have you seen Laura? Yes, I testified for Stefan. And right here in this room, I tried to tell you about it ahead of time to prepare you for what I was going to say. But you wouldn't listen to me. And then you left. You said to do what I had to do anyway.
What you had to do. God, the things my wife has had to do. The day we hacked our way through the rape, Laura, you said something about if we added up everything that you had done wrong since then. Is this what you were thinking? These lies, this betrayal? Were you thinking about every time you made a fool out of me?
Oh, Luke, don't you think I wanted to tell you? I did. I went to the ball at Windermere because Nikolas had been to see me in North Carolina. I hid that from you because you hate Nikolas because he is a Cassadine. But that is what he is. And I love you both. I'm not good at splitting my heart and keeping one son separate from the rest of the family. I'm so not good at it that I make mistakes sometimes. Big ones. And I made a mistake that night. But, you know, you're just so inflexible when it comes to the Cassadines. There's no room for me to make a mistake and admit it. Luke, I tried to tell you that I was going to testify for Stefan and that there were things that I had kept from you. But you said that you couldn't bear to hear one more word about my other son and to leave you out of it. And then you just left. I mean, so when do you want to know and when do you not want to know? You know, you seem to want it both ways. I don't know how to do that. No, I'm wrong. You don't want it both ways, do you? You just want me to have absolutely nothing to do with Nikolas. You wish that he was never, ever born. Well, he was. And I love him.
Look, stop it. Stop trying to turn this into something that isn't. In court, under oath, the DA asked you if you had slept with Cassadine. Stefan, not Stavros, because we all know you did that. And I waited. And I waited for you to look at me, for our eyes to meet or something so that we could share a wink or a laugh or a smirk because the idea was so absurd. But you didn't look at me because you couldn't. And there's only one reason for that. Because when you said that you hadn't had sexual relations with Stefan Cassadine, you were lying. You had an affair with him, didn't you? Say it.
A long, long time ago, yes, I had an affair with Stefan. I didn't tell you about the affair because it began and ended when I thought you were dead. It never would have happened otherwise. And also because I knew how you'd react. I knew that you'd never forgive me. And that you might retaliate. Nikolas's uncle might die. You might end up paying. You see, both sides of my family could be destroyed. If you could just put yourself in my place for a second, can't you see why I didn't tell you?
I want specifics. I want to know when it started. I want to know where you and your brother-in-law met. Was there a special place? Was it a cove or on a boat or in a cave? And how did you keep it a secret from the brother that you'd married? The paranoid, homicidal... How? How? That must have taken incredible planning. A lot of guts and motivation. You must have had a great deal of need. So no more lies. I want details.
I don't want to dredge up past history that's only going to hurt you,
Oh,
Luke.
come on. Confession's good for the soul. We've already found that out.
Please don't make me do this.
Come on, Laura. Put some truth with your lies. All this time, I thought there was one undeniable fact that this marriage was based on, the foundation of this family. And it was a lie. All this time, there's been another man between us. And what? He's a Cassadine.
No, stop. Stop doing this. Stop thinking these things. My God, Luke. All right, you want details? I'll give them to you. Turning to Stefan in Greece was a move to save my own sanity, to save my own life. You were right about Stavros. He was cruel. He was controlling. I made a bargain for my freedom, and in return, it meant that I had to go to his bed whenever he called. And I thought that you were dead. Luke, I wanted to be dead too. My God, I wanted to be with you, but I couldn't do it. That affair with Stefan saved my life. But as soon as I found out that you were alive, I chose you.
Oh, wait, no. No. Don't say you chose me. I've been in a coma for a long time, but I'm awake now. This affair is still going on.
No.
You are still in love with him.
No, Luke, no. No.
Then if it isn't love, Laura, there's something more. Like a son.
Luke, wait a minute. Wait.
Didn't do anything. Lulu?
She's fine.
I have gone.
Justice has been served here, okay? Someone killed Catherine. And it's our hope that that person be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Allegations were made about your mother being romantically involved with your uncle. Would you like to comment?
My mother has a life and a family very separate from mine. I'm very grateful for her generosity and courage.
Well, that sounds like a no comment.
You can take it any way you want, but if you excuse me, I have a celebration to attend to.
Thank you.
I checked on things. She's okay.
And your father?
Who knows? Listen, don't tell anyone where I've been staying, all right?
Whoa, you lose.
I'm gonna fire Claude as soon as I don't need him to run this joint anymore.
Don't blame Claude. I looked everywhere else for you, and you aren't returning my calls. What is that? You aren't leaving. When?
Tonight.
Going where?
Oh, somewhere else.
To when?
Till I can think of a good reason to come back.
Oh, Luke, you can't. You can't leave now. You're on the verge of getting everything back. Lucky can finally stand to share space in the same room with you. Your wife and your daughter are home, and you're home with them. At least you should be. Does Laura know you're leaving?
I don't think it takes explanation.
Well, I could use an explanation. Can you explain it to me?
Oh, Barbara. You know, when you were a little tiny girl, Mother put you in that play. Remember that little play that was written by that dead English guy, and you were all dressed up like a little fairy or something, and in the play, there was another play. And in the play within the play, there were these two lovers, and the only way they could talk to each other was through this wall. I just got tired of being the wall.
You can't actually believe all those overheated headlines from the trial. God, you think something's going on between Laura and Stefan? Luke, that's ridiculous. First of all, when? Since Laura has been back, Stefan has either been in mourning, in jail, or on trial. Unlike you, I have never put her on a pedestal. But one thing you have never heard me accuse her of, and never will, is insufficient devotion to you. The only connection between Laura and Stefan is Nikolas. And if she wants to spend a little time with her son, and she has to dance to his guardian's tune, so what? Luke, do you know how much Stefan would love to hear that he'd finally succeeded in rupturing your marriage?
Oh, if reverse psychology was going to work, that would have done it.
Okay, fine. What can I do for you, besides keep an eye on Lucky until you get back?
What makes you think that I'm coming back?
Because my big brother doesn't run away.
Well, it's not running if nobody's chasing you.
Bull! Besides, I have a whole bunch of things I haven't punished you for yet. So don't even think of not coming back to face the music. I love you. But I hate this. I'm not sticking around to watch.
You shooting, Bob?
Well, of course you do. That's all you ever do, right? Okay, excuse me. Then I'm going to go. But before I go, I'm going to say you'll be back. Right? I mean, this is just another one of those little vacations from life that you take from time to time, and you always make me think I am never, ever, ever going to see you again, but I do see you again, so I'm not going to say goodbye, because what's the point? I'm not really saying goodbye, because if I thought it was goodbye, I'd have to do something very desperate. So, come here.
This is not goodbye at all. This is,
you be very, very careful, okay?
You too, Lucy.
Okay. Oh, you make me so darn mad. Oh, Ta.
Ta. Thanks. Jason, yeah. I already emptied out the safe for travel and money.
Is that enough?
Yeah. There's one thing you can do for me, though. Promise me that if Lucky comes to you looking for a job doing anything more than washing cars, you turn him down. And keep an eye on him, too, will you? Him and Lucy and Mike and all the other lost souls that wander through here. And one more thing. Try to leave the joint standing. You never know, I might need it when I get back.
I'm so glad you came. Are you sure that everybody knows that this is, like, technically a private party?
Why are you so worried about getting arrested when you come here? You are the least arrestable quarterman, okay?
You know, that's exactly what Ned says. Hey, I was going to ask you, did you see anybody else come in with Alexis Davis?
Hey!
Hey, Mike.
I thought I was going to be fashionably late.
Yeah, well, I think the guitar player's going to be fashionably later. You want to play some pool?
Let's rack 'em up.
Fine. Hey.
Hi, Nikolas. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, well, I like live music as well as the next band.
Uh-oh. Bad news, then. You know how a lot of blues songs are about, like, how a person never calls someone else or they never come around? Well, I think that's what Brenda's blues guitarist did to her tonight.
Oh. Well, I'm happy to be here anyway.
Thanks.
If you think about it, you still owe L&D one performance. You do.
I'm glad I brought my lawyer with me.
Ned, please. Obviously, Luther is standing me up. Come on, this is the first time I am representing a record company all by myself. I mean, do you know how I'm going to look if I have to send these people home? I'm going to look like a fool. Please. Pretty please.
I would change my world just for you. Go anywhere, be anything you want me to. I would change my world just for you. When I look at you, I can't believe my eyes. A living, breathing angel is standing at my side. Too good to be true, maybe that's what you are. Let me whisper to you what I'm feeling in my heart. I would change my world just for you. Go anywhere, be anything you want me to. I'd bring you stardust from the moon. Ask the roses for perfume, make the snow fall down in June. It's the least that I can do just for you, just for you. Just like in the movies, when the hero gets the girl, you brought a happy ending into my world. Every time I think about you, I can't believe you're real. I think that you should know just exactly how I feel. I would change my world just for you. Go anywhere, be anything you want me to. I'd bring you stardust from the moon. Ask the roses for perfume, make the snow fall down in June. It's the least that I can do just for you. Just for you. Here we go!
Well, show must be going well. Either that or Luke put out his stogie.
Yeah, Luke's not around.
On a show night?
He's leaving town. He left a while ago.
Why?
I don't know. He just said to keep an eye out for Lucky and keep him out of the business. My business.
And that rubbed you the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't like somebody telling me what to say to somebody else.
Well, listen, Lucky's a young guy. I mean, he shouldn't be getting into something he can't get himself out of.
Yeah, well, when are you old enough to decide, Mike? You know, Michael, sure, Michael's too young. He needs me for everything, but how will I know when to stop taking care of him?
All right, let's say that Michael is Lucky's age, okay?
Yeah.
And Michael decides that he wants to be a part of your business. What do you do?
I hope he doesn't.
Why not?
Because it's not easy.
What's not?
Keeping the people safe that you care about. Keeping yourself safe for them. See, Mike, at first I didn't have to think about that, ever. I didn't have to. But now I do. You can't help it, but you think about it all the time. Now, I'm not saying Michael should have it easy. But it's not. It's not easy.
Ask the roses for perfume, make the snow fall down in June. It's the least that I can do just for you. Woo! Baby, just for you. Thank you very much. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you. That was a blast. Do another one. Okay. Wow, it's been a long time since I've been up here, and it feels great. Thank you for that warm welcome.
Thank you very much, boys.
Just remember the prior engagement.
Anyway, we're going to do another song, and I'm sure you've heard of this one.
You spend too much time here. I already looked everywhere else. The docks, Ruby's, Audrey Hardy's, that damn boxcar. Oh, don't worry, nobody told me. I still got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. You didn't really think that I wouldn't worry my pretty little head about where my only son was sleeping at night, do you?
Why are you looking for me?
Because while you've been busy abusing your mother and torturing me, there's a couple of things that I forgot to tell you. The first is, you're still the best thing I ever did. And I'm not taking credit. I've driven a couple of great cars in my day. They weren't great because of the way I drove them. You're smart. You got guts. You deal with life on your own terms. And never mind how many people, including me, pile on to tell you you're wrong. You have your own mind and your own conscience to reckon with. And the fact that I'm sick to death of reckoning with them right now is beside the point.
You going someplace?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be better?
It'll be worse if I stay. Worse for you, your mother, everybody. And it's not gonna get good for you, Lucky, until you can leave this park and everything that happened here behind you. That's the other thing I needed to tell you. You can't undo what's been done. You can hate it, you can like it, you can punish it, forgive it. But if you think you can change it, you're standing on the roof shaking a stick at the stars. The only thing that makes anything change is having the courage to turn around and move on.
I appreciate this, Dad. But, you know, I've learned a lot in the past few months. Mostly I've learned not to take your way out of anything.
Hello? Oh, Daddy loves you so much. Oh, you keep your eye on the mailbox. There's going to be something in it with your little name on it. And I'm going to be... Oh, hell. Who knows how I'm going to be? But it doesn't really matter, does it? Because you have never asked me to be anything for you. And I thank you for that. I love you. Sweet little girl. Bye-bye.
Luke?
Come on.
doing? Stranger, where have you been?
Oh, knocking around, detailing cars, usual stuff.
We are the usual stuff, aren't we? I haven't seen you in 2 days.
Well, careful, you'll have me thinking you missed me.
Maybe I did.
I like that.
So, are you going to tell me what you've been doing, or should I mind my own business?
I don't have any secrets from you. I just been laying low,
Oh.
So is this how you've been spending your days?
Yeah, I thought it was time for a new music video channel.
Very cool. I find myself in the park sometimes, It's not like I mean to go there. I just end up by the fountain. And even then, I don't always think about it. There are moments where it's just a fountain. But then other times I can picture you sitting there in your pretty red dress, just all alone, unprotected, and it kills me all over again.
I didn't know.
Well, that's where I was tonight, when he found me.
Who?
My father. He's going away. I don't know when or if he's coming back. Bye.
It might be a little stale. I baked them yesterday.
No, brownies taste better the second day, you know that.
After I baked them, I went to the boxcar, but you weren't there. I saw the newspapers about the trial. I didn't realize you were following the case.
Morbid curiosity, I guess. My mother testified for Cassadine.
I know.
I tried not to let it matter. To pretend I was just reading about OJ or something, but Nikolas showed up at the boxcar the morning of the verdict. Said he was worried my father was going to hurt her.
That's wrong. Not to be concerned, I mean, that's a natural instinct, but he wouldn't.
Well, I guess I'm not sure, because I went to the house to check.
You saw them?
Yeah, I think they had a fight, because he left mad. But my mom wasn't hurt. I even went back a couple times to make sure. As far as I could tell, he hasn't been back there.
So your dad just said he was leaving town? I mean, no destination, no return date?
All he said was he was proud of me. You can imagine how thrilled I was to hear that. He took credit for teaching me how to find my own way, as if this whole nightmare was deliberately designed as some kind of growth experience for me. He's so full of it, I can't even believe it.
So what bothers you the most?
Why am I not glad he's leaving? I definitely won't miss him popping up in the park or on the docks like some jack-in-the-box from hell. I mean, I wake up every morning hoping I won't see him that day. But if he's not around, I don't know, it feels unfinished.
Because you won't have anyone to hate.
How did you know that?
Because I feel the same way. When we thought Murdy was the one who raped me, I had somewhere to put all my hate and all my anger. You know, it gave me a focus, a place to redirect it so it wouldn't eat me up inside. And now we know that it wasn't Murdy. Some anonymous guy who's out there where I can't find him. It was easier to have a real person to hate.
You know, it really is better for everyone if he's gone right now, though. And especially my mom.
Oh, I don't know. She probably doesn't see it that way. In fact, it's my guess, she could probably use a little understanding right now.
You mean from me?
Maybe. With your dad gone, it might make it a little easier for you to deal with her, you know?
Mm-hmm. Has anyone ever told you you're relentless?
Only you.
Well, I'm right. I have to go.
Oh. Okay.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye.
On second thought, would you mind if I just crashed here?
I keep your bedding handy, just in case.
Yeah?
Yeah. Here.
Can I help?
Oh, no, I'll just make 2 trips.
Oh,
Okay. I just stopped by to say hello to Ruby, but if you have some time, I'd love to visit with you, too.
Yeah, I'd like that a lot. But I have to warn you, I'm not very good company.
Well, that's okay. I'm not asking to be entertained. So, how have you been?
Since I stabbed your son? How can you even look at me?
Elizabeth, what happened with Lucky was an accident. We all know that. Nobody's holding it against you.
It's a judgment thing, you know? Mine is just bad. The night that it happened, Lucky took me back to your house. He called Bobby. She told me exactly what I should do, but I didn't listen to her. If I had just gone to the hospital that night and let them examine me and told them the details, then maybe the police would have caught the guy before he got away.
Maybe, but, you know, you can't live your life looking backwards. All you're going to do is trip. I know that this is a very difficult time for you, but please try to remember, you're not the guilty party.
I did, but it just doesn't seem to work.
Is there anything that you think would work?
An ending? Finding the creep who raped me?
Yeah. I don't think you can base your own recovery on something that might not happen.
Calvin. This guy I don't even know took my life and turned it upside down. He changed everything about me. From the way I think to the way I dress. He made me afraid. Is it wrong to want him to pay?
No. No. Listen, nothing that you feel about this is wrong.
I know how much you like going to the club.
I just came by to see if you wanted to do something on your lunch break, but if you're busy, then,
Well, actually, we were right in the middle of something.
All right, well, I'll check in later.
Lucky, I'd like it if you stay. I was just telling your mother how everything connected to the rapes still seems so unfinished. You know, as if I've used up all my chances to fix it now. Like it's this big mess that is just sitting right in the middle of my life.
Well, I know you want to find who did it, but with nothing to go on, it's not going to be easy.
Something's changed.
What?
Last night, before I fell asleep, an image of his eyes popped into my head. No face, just his eyes.
Could you recognize them?
I think so.
Maybe we should go to the police.
But they closed my
No,
case.
but we'll get them to reopen it.
Well, listen, whatever you two decide to do, I just hope that you remember that it is about you and your own recovery and not about the man who did it.
Well, it's easy for you to say. You always knew who raped you.
Well, I certainly don't mean to minimize how devastating it is for Elizabeth not to know. I'm just saying that I think you have to work with what you're given, you know, and absent the chance to put the guy behind bars, I think Elizabeth healing should be the priority.
Can I ask how long it took you?
You know, I don't think you should try to put my timetable on your own experience.
You will find your own way. I have confidence in you. I'm going to go say hello to Ruby. Elizabeth, if you want to talk again anytime, please feel free to come by.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Lucky, I don't know if you know this or not, but I think your father's going to be gone for a while. Your baby sister misses you terribly. And so do I.
I'm gonna go tell Ruby that I need to take my lunch break. Will you come with me somewhere right now? Just don't ask any questions.
Yeah, of course.
I think you should take